Welcome to JGTCR, I'm Cope, and today we are tuning the Alfa Romeo MiTo. Let's get into it. In factory trim, the MiTo feels fast and nimble for what it is, but in reality and out on the track, it is a bit slow. It does have a bit of zing and pep in the lower end of the rev range, which is great for cornering, and when exiting those corners, you can really hear the turbo spooling up. Unfortunately, the turbo runs out of puff halfway through the rev range, making it seem like a very slow crawl to the shift point. The suspension is a bit sloppy and can wobble under weight shift. This usually occurs during intense braking or acceleration, so a touch of input modulation can minimize this issue. When cornering, we must be confident while turning in, as abrupt changes can unsettle the vehicle. Once we have wrapped our heads around these quirks and modified our drive accordingly, the MiTo becomes predictable, controllable, and drives quite well. It's just unfortunate that it lacks the top end to take it to the next level. So let's see how we do on lap time. 8 minutes 51.2 seconds. Now let's look at the settings on the tune sheet. This tune is actually rather mild. However, on circuit it does present as more extreme. The body is rock solid and can bounce a bit if you're a fan of hugging the rumble strips. Should this be an issue, reducing the natural frequency at both the front and rear evenly should reduce the bounciness. Somewhere between 0.20 and 0.40 should suffice. Let's put this to the test back out on the track. Entering turn 1 under brakes, we can see just how solid we are. The nose barely dips as we attempt to put our foot through the floor. The stability issues we faced when accelerating or braking are no longer present. Body roll has been minimized, and as far as the wobbliness, there is still a touch of that, but it's definitely manageable. The Alfa Romeo MiTo, when tuned, does exactly as it's told. It is considerably forgiving and can be pushed very hard without hesitation. This vehicle feels fast because it can be driven flat out almost anywhere. The tail can get light under braking, causing the rear to step out a little bit when releasing the brakes. However, this rarely presents itself as an issue. As such, no changes were made to the settings. Should this present a problem, adding 20 kilos of ballast to the rear should smooth things out. Now let's get to that checkered flag and collect our time. 7 minutes 3.9 seconds. The Alfa Romeo MiTo is no sports car. In factory form, it feels a bit sloppy and sluggish, with that top end really letting it down. However, once modified and tuned, it does come alive. The transformation pre and post tune really is night and day. The MiTo goes from being a tame commuter to a tarmac rally weekend warrior that can hold its own. And that's all we have for you today, so until next time, keep racing.